it's going to be minority whites and the audience, woo! They start applauding. What are you, dumb? Applaud a gun to your head at that point. You might as well. Oh, he's pointing a gun to my head. Woo! Woo! I hear he's going to pull the trigger soon. Yeah, woo! That's what you're applauding, you asshole. And they will just discount every instinct that tells you it's not awesome. It's dangerous. And they will applaud the gun to their head. That is what we're seeing.
White Americans will soon be a minority, and that's great.
Whites will not be the majority. I mean, it's an exciting transformation of the country. It's an exciting evolution and progress of our country.
We are going to be a white minority very, very soon. I'm okay with that.
If things are so bad, as you say, with the white working class, don't you want to get new Americans in?
America is going to look very different in 100 years. You're not going to be able to tell you're black, you're white, you're Hispanic, you're Puerto Rican, whatever. It's going to be very complex, and I think ultimately that's going to be good.
White Americans feel that they're losing their country. They're losing ownership of the country, and they're right. In the end, they are not the future.
For the first time in American history, the number of white people went down.
The white population is declining for the first time in history in America.
White people will not be the majority in the country anymore.
This will be the first generation ever in American history in which whites will be a minority.
Treason to whiteness is loyalty to humanity.
To abolish whiteness is to abolish white people.
White people are committed to being villains in the aggregate, right? We got to take these motherfuckers out.
Was it or was it not the duty of every good revolutionary to kill all newborn white babies?
We have to kill white people.
When do we start killing white people?
I don't want to say we need to go start killing all white folks, but it's like, but maybe.
When we say we want to kill whitey, we don't really mean we want to kill whitey, we do.
We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem.
Fuck white people!
An unrelenting stream of immigration. Non-stop. Folks like me who are Caucasian of European descent will be in an absolute minority in the United States of America. Absolute minority. That's not a bad thing. That's a source of our strength.
Ha! Boy, that was fucking infuriating to watch. Holy shit.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no, I mean, it's good. It really drives the point home that I was saying. God, the gun to your head. You're applauding and celebrating a gun which will be fired at your temple. You're celebrating it. It's a good thing. They can say it's a good thing all they want. They're free to say it. But it is a blatant lie, and it is preposterous. It's such an obvious lie. Where is this country? Where are the people of color running a nation that have gotten over the colonialism and the nonsense and built a country that can compete with white European westernized nations? Don't bother doing the research. I'll just tell you, you won't find it. That's our greatest strength, Joe Biden. Our greatest strength in America was our common interests, our commonality, the fact that we were all Americans, and regardless if we knew each other, if we never met, you lived in California, I lived in New York, and we met in Kansas, we could have a conversation about so many things because we have common ground as Americans. Go to Minneapolis, sit down with a Somali and try to have a common ground conversation with him. Enjoy the food too while you're there. Roasted shit. Yeah, delish. That's our greatest strength. was the fact that we all had something in common, being Americans. And if you want to talk about things like crime, you know, they always talk about crime is going down. Crime's going down. Yeah, in some places. In others, it's not going down. And I'll tell you another thing. The reason certain crimes are going down is because the technology in crime fighting has gotten better. That's also why when shootings happen in Chicago, and they talk about, and even in New York City, they talk about how crazy the death rate was from murders back in the 80s and early 90s. And obviously, a lot of that was because of the crack epidemic going on in the big cities, gang violence, things like that. But medical technology has gotten so good that people just aren't dying as much from gunshot wounds. Some of these gunshot wounds that would have absolutely been fatal years ago are now considered, you know, injured by gunfire. That's why you get 25 people shot, 3 killed. It's not that they're shooting less people. The doctors in these trauma centers are just better at patching up the wounds. So it's not getting better. And we're not getting closer as a country. We are more divided than ever, and not just right and left. These different cultures and different races that are coming in from countries that have they're completely ignorant as to what it means to be American. And when they want to bring up the old school immigrants that came over here and they built America and stuff, yeah, they wanted to come to America and become Americans. And Italians, you know, you want to take Italy, people that came from Italy, they came with an unbelievable knowledge of architecture and building. I say, you didn't move a yard of cement without Italians. Great scientists and astronomers. And they wanted to be Americans first. That's what it was. And the best parts of their country, they brought here to give to the Americans that were already here and the immigrants that had come here before them. And it was embraced by those people because it was a good thing. How the fuck is a city in this country full of Somalis who want nothing to do with the American way of life, who blast a call to prayer 5 times a day in a language that you can't understand? It's distracting. It's upsetting. How is that a good thing? How is that a strength in this country, Joe Biden? But they'll applaud. They'll applaud like fucking idiots.